Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Kimball with Taylor's Boats, and today we're here to show you how to assemble your Lift Efoil. Before we get started, we ask that you read your owner's manual and talk to your dealer about how to properly use and operate your Lift Efoil. We are not responsible for any improper setup or damage to you or the board. To begin assembling your Lift Efoil, you will need your board, the wing, mast, a 4mm and a 5mm Allen wrench, and the provided bolts. I normally start with my cases open, but the parts still inside to keep it all safe and protected. Lay your foil upside down. I keep mine laying in the case while I work on it to keep it protected. Now, feed the cables and water hose from the mast into the opening of the board. This makes it so that the cables can reach the computer. Next, align the 4 holes to the mast to the ones on the board. Make sure the propeller on the mast is facing the right way. Insert the 4 16mm bolts and thread on properly. Screw in the bolts that are on adjacent corners from one another first. This is to ensure the mast stays flat against the board and creates a proper seal. Use an Allen key to tighten the bolts snug. Make sure not to over tighten the bolts or it will cause damage to the board and the bolts. If the bolts aren't going on right, then it may be misthreaded. Make sure it's threaded properly before continuing. After you have securely tightened the mast to the board, grab your 2 wing pieces from the case and connect the 2 by sliding the ends together. Now, insert the mast into the opening of the wing like shown. Bolt the 2 wing pieces together with the 22mm bolts. Then insert the 2 30mm bolts to attach the wing to the mast. Again, making sure not to over tighten and that they are threaded on properly. Next, pull your wing cover back on to protect it. After the mast and the wing have been installed, it's time to flip the board upright. Make sure to be careful when lifting and rotating the board and ask for someone's help if needed. The board can be heavy and you want to protect yourself and the carbon fiber wing from any damage. Once the board is upright, open the battery compartment by rotating both the silver latches found on either side of the battery lid. Make sure not to push the lid past 90 degrees or it will cause damage to the lid and its hinges. Now, locate and connect the water pump. When attaching the water pump, make sure you hear it click. If you do not hear a click, it didn't connect all the way and could cause flooding inside the compartment. Make sure to do this first before the other cables to ensure the water pump will reach its destination. Next, locate the 3 color-coded cables and insert them into the correct plugs that match its color. Make sure the top cable goes to the far left plug, the middle cable goes to the middle plug, and the bottom cable goes to the far right plug. Now it's time for the battery. Make sure your battery has plenty of charge before putting it in by checking the green LEDs on top of the battery. Insert the battery with the LED lights facing up. After the battery is placed, rotate the battery lock to secure the battery. Next, attach the battery cable and rotate the lock. Make sure the lock grabs the plug and is secure. Attach the computer cable to the battery by aligning the red dot and waiting for the click. Now, make sure that all the cables are safely secured and connected. Now that your board is set up and the battery is connected, it's time to pair the remote to the board. Turn the eFoil on by pressing the silver button and making sure it lights the ring around it. Then, on the remote, hold the plus and minus button and the power button until you see the connection icon pop up on the screen. Now, go to the board, next to the computer cable, look for a little rubber button. Hold that down until on the screen of the remote you see a check mark on it. This means the remote and board have connected and you're ready to go. If you need to troubleshoot anything while out on the water or forget a step, make sure to always refer to the information printed on the back of the battery lid. Now, turn the board off by pressing the silver button again and it will begin its shutdown cycle. Next, turn the remote off by holding the power button and then closing the battery lid. Secure the battery lid by rotating the silver latches again. Your board is now assembled and ready to go. To stay up to date on the best tips and tricks for your eFoil and other boating content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Where will your Lift Foil take you?